Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the first podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in today and clicking on or listening, however you're doing it. So thank you. Today is Wednesday, June 7th, and which means June has just kicked in, and it's already summer. How in the world?
Did you see the weather next week? It's like 4 days of 99. 4 days. Throw in the other day of 98. That's 5 days.
I don't like it.
Yeah, let's call Jeff and tell him I don't want my electric bill going up.
Yeah.
Because it's fixing to triple.
Keep it down, Jeff.
No, it's fixing to get crazy.
Man, it's getting hot. Lord. I think we need to go move the whole church. We'll just move up to North Dakota for the summer and keep it about 60, 70 degrees during the summer. And then we'll move all back down about September.
Wow.
When they start getting snow, we'll just come on back down.
Come back home.
And
well, they already think you freeze them out in the sanctuary, so.
I can do worse. I tell people all the time, I say, look, we get to moving, we get to sweating and everything, and we can only take so many clothes off.
Right.
Y'all can put on more than we can take off.
Right.
So,
please don't take any more off.
we gotta make sure we ain't killing somebody. So
right.
Thankfully, with the new lights, it hadn't been near as hot up there.
That has helped
That
a
has
lot.
helped a ton.
I know. Cut our electric bill too, about $1,000 a month.
Oh, that's awesome.
Right.
That is awesome. Which is about what the estimate was when we first put it. He said you could save up to about $15,000 a year off your power bill, which is that's on track. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Well, we have got a lot of stuff coming up though, and a lot of stuff.
Right.
And starting tomorrow, I have my open house for the choir. We're kicking off and kind of kicking the summer off, and so this is a great time if you are interested in being a part of the band or the orchestra or the media team, whatever. This is a great time for you to come and just join us and be a part and just kind of get to know us a little bit. We're going to eat some good food and listen to some music and all that kind of stuff.
What time we eat?
And well, if you come to the choir deal, we'll start at 6. That just so happens to be the same time you're preaching. So I'm sorry.
Oh, wow.
We may have planned that out, but
I think you did.
But so we always have a good time and we get fat and sassy and then sing a little bit.
Okay.
And so so this is just more of if you are interested in it, if you've kind of thought about it, going back and forth. We'd love to just come have you check us out for the night and see if it's something you'd be up to being a part of, and we'd love to have you. And so we hope you'll come for that. And again, I tell people all the time, there's a misconception that you got to be this great solo singer to be part of the choir. And the cool thing is 90% of people in the choir are not solo singers. There's people who love to sing, love to worship, and that's really what we want. We just want people who love to be a part of a worship team and sing and worship. And you don't have to be the best by any means. We just want you to have a heart of worship. And so so if you're saying I ain't got the best voice, but I love to worship, then that's who we want. We want you to come on. So, but it's just going to be a great time, great night, and I'm looking forward to it. Get some new music we're going to introduce, and it's going to be good. So,
good day.
So that'll start tomorrow, and then what we got a big deal Sunday night, right?
Yeah, Sunday morning, Preston Conjur's going to lead us off. He'll kind of be the icebreaker that morning, kind of share what he's going to do that evening and stuff. So Preston will come and,
now
evangelism.
Because I'm new to Preston as well.
Okay.
Can you kind of explain a little bit of who he is to people who may not know?
Yeah, so Preston has worked with different associations, different conventions like Louisiana Baptist, Texas, Tennessee, just different ones, giving an overview first to us as pastors. Hey, it's very simple. Not asking you to learn an outline or a Roman road or something like this.
Easy way to share the gospel.
Easy way to share the gospel with. I know this scares people when you use the word apologetics, but it's really not as intense as probably some apologetics that you or I have had or something like that. But it's just a easy, because most people want to know, hey, why do you believe the Bible's true, or tell me what you believe or something like that.
And we just as Christians in general, or all we deal with is Baptists, but we've met a lot of people that they believe something, but it's hard for them to back it up and say, when someone says, well, why do you believe that? It's hard for them to say that. They've been in the Baptist church all their life, or they've had Christian parents or whatever, and that's just how they were raised. And you believe this as Christians or Baptists or whatever. And so it's always good to learn why we believe what we say we believe.
When a lot of people, I think there's a couple reasons. Statistics will tell you. One, they're just afraid. People are afraid to have a gospel conversation.
What's the number one fear with people? It's public speaking.
Public
right?
speaking.
That's the number one fear with a lot of people.
And then just polling my Sunday school class a lot, and reading Barner and Lifeway research and all that kind of stuff. The next one is asking a question that you can't answer, and you don't want to be embarrassed or humiliated or feel rejection or something like that. So all those kind of tied in. He'll have a book, he'll have PowerPoint. If you didn't order the book, it's okay, still come. We have a few extra. I'm not guaranteeing that for anybody. I'm just saying you can come and take notes, write down some things.
First serve with the extra.
Right. That you could order a book potentially that night and get it in a couple weeks or something like that.
Right.
But it's so simple. It's, can I ask you a question? And most people, when you say, can I ask you a question, we still live in the Bible Belt. We still live in a relatively, depending on where you are, people that have etiquette and aren't as hardcore as you think. You just, and this is not a cold call type evangelism. This is somebody that you've built a relationship with, but whether it be, I know you are with Barrett this year with first-time T-balling and stuff like that. You've probably developed some friendships through that. You could be sitting down by one of the dads or something, and while the kids are fighting over a ball in the outfield like T-ballers do, just lean over and say, hey, man, can I ask you a question? And most time, people would say, respectable. That was a good word I was trying to think of a minute ago. Most time, folks are respectable. Now, can I ask you a question? Sure. What you got? Then you just, whatever those questions are that you have in there, what do you think about the Bible? And you're getting them to tell you what they think and what they believe, and then you just start a conversation. It's gospel conversations are not hard to have. You know what I think? And I got some stats that would back up what I'm fixing to say, but most people, when you're just talking to them, they'll open up, they'll share. Everybody just wants to, just conversate, talk about it. Oh, that's what I was going to say. What you love, you'll talk about.
Yeah.
I love deer hunting. I can tell you all kind of stuff about deer hunting. I'm looking at your shirt. Yeah. I love LSU. Yeah. Baseball, football.
Well, and their baseball season, we're keeping up with it.
Yeah, we're keeping up with it. Yeah. Anybody that likes that sport or something like that, you're keeping up with it. Probably know what the score was yesterday. If you don't know that, they won. Yeah. And that they're going to now host a super regional or something like that. Here's another one. I've got, this is new for us. I have a grandbaby, I have a little girl.
And you got another one on the way?
I got another one. She'll be here next week. And,
That's that soon on? I did not realize that.
Yeah, Kaylee said she's had enough. She wants to be introduced.
She's done.
Yeah. Of course, Fuquays, we have big babies. Yeah. So, I was a big one. Jordan was a big one. Yeah. Preston, Annalise. And so, I'm going to probably tell you everything. I can tell you the baby's name, Austin. They're spelling it. Fun, y'all young people, y'all spell it. You got to come up with new names and new spellings. Why don't you just call him Clay? Or Kirk. These are easy, simple names.
Look, I know this is off topic. We went to Cane's for lunch.
Okay.
Yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
All right.
I paid for mine. He said, "What's your name?" I said, "Kirk." And he said, "Do what?" I said, "Kirk." He's like, "Kirk." Okay. And he typed it up. The manager was working, like handing out food, and he went to go call my name. I recognized my food. Like, I knew what I had ordered, and I recognized that as mine. Like, and I knew that.
Because you ordered difficult for the food service people out there.
Yeah. Well, really, I just wanted extra bread, and then I felt like
1,800 game sauces.
I felt like a bloated hippo afterwards, but it was good. And so I knew that was my food, and I could see he was trying to read what the name on the ticket was. And he was like, "What is that?" And so I just walked up and said, "Hey, that's probably mine." And he was like, "What is your name?" I said, "Kirk." He's like, "K-I-R-K?" I said, "Yeah." He's like, he went to his guy that took my order and was like, what did you write? Like, what did you put on this thing? And so, my name, I get misspelled all the time. I get mispronounced all the time. So I feel sorry for your new grand girl. I'm sure she's going to be loved and she's going to be great. But
oh, yeah.
If it's spelled weird, she's going to have a rough time the rest of her life.
That's right. But yeah, those things that we love, we can talk about them.
Absolutely.
Just kind of like you talking about your Cane's food. I mean, what we know, what we do. Right. And that's kind of what it's going to be with Preston. It's not going to be a hard thing to do or be a part of.
It's really just like, and we talked about this when we went through Experience of God. It's another tool to use. It's another avenue of here's an easy way to share your faith. Here's an easy way to talk about the Lord. And because it's another way to equip you to do the work of the ministry.
That's exactly what I was fixing to say. That's for a lot of times people want to know, like, what do we do as ministers, or what's a role of a pastor or something like that. That's one of them. Yeah. I'm to equip the saints. We're to equip and help and get you comfortable.
And the word says equip them to do the work of the ministry. It is not us doing your ministry. It is equipping you so that you can go do your ministry. And we say it all the time, you can reach your neighbors far better than we can. You can reach your coworkers far better than we can.
That's right.
And again, it's just another tool to use, to have in your quiver, I guess, just to say, hey, here's an easy way I can talk to my friend, my neighbor, coworker, whatever.
Right.
And so, that's cool. That's going to be, again, good. Like you said, if you didn't order a book, it's okay. You can still come be a part of it. That Sunday night is not going to be recorded or live streamed, okay? So there's no going back to listen to it or whatever. If you want it, you got to be here to get it. And so I just wanted to let you know, keep that in mind. So if you're thinking I'll watch it from home, well, you can't for that one. So he has asked not to.
Well, it's copyright material.
It's copyrighted material, stuff like that. So we can't live stream it. So just want to make you aware of that. But he will be preaching that morning as well, and I'm sure that's going to be good too. So we kind of skipped over it, but I want to come back to it. We had a VBS Blitz Sunday night, this past Sunday night, and it's not just VBS that was part of it, but there were some other things involved in that. So kind of talk a little bit about.
So we've partnered. So John Anderson at Northwoods Baptist Church heard about a way to get some CDs, some tracks, and some door hanger type stuff. He did a little bit of research, and he looked at the 71107 zip code, and there were somewhere around 14,000 households, not individuals, but households, and so he ordered enough material for us and a few more pastors to come together to reach the 71107 zip code. Yeah. And as we drew up a map and looked at it together, our church, we took 4,000 of those out of the 71107 that was relatively the shadow of the steeple that we could reach and felt like we could reach, that was in our area and stuff like this. So we took 4,000 of the DVDs that talk about Jesus. It's pretty much the Jesus film.
Right.
And so we have all those, and we had the youth for 2 weeks come in and pack 775 bags so we could go hand those out.
And in that, we put some VBS flyers. We put some flyers
church
about the
info
church as well as stuff like that. But so I mean, that's a lot.
It was a lot, and I know it sounds. So we had Ramblewood, little subdivision with a couple roads in it and everything. Me and Trey Tyler, and so all we did was I said, Trey, you take the left-hand side of the road, I'll take the right-hand side. And he and I just walked down the road. We talked some, but most of the time we were just walking and just hanging door hangers. We hung them on the people's front doors, and those that wanted to come to the door to visit or say something, I'm going to just tell you that was the warmest welcome probably that I've received in the Shreveport area since I've been here. People were real receptive, very friendly, wanted to talk, wanted to know more about the church and know different things. So
that's cool.
Yeah, we weren't getting in deep theological conversations. It was just, hey, look, and made it really brief. And you just, I'm just kind of an open kind of guy anyway. Anybody that's ever been around me knows that. But I just would tell them, hey, look, I'm not here to interrupt your Sunday. Sunday's your day. I know you're off work. I want you to enjoy it. All I wanted to do was leave this on your doorknob to tell you some stuff about the church and learn more about Jesus. And they were like, man, thank you so much. That's cool.
Which is so different from coming out of COVID.
Oh,
when
man.
it was still kind of standoffish.
Woo.
There was one neighborhood me and you went into, and this big dude came to the door, and I'm like, oh, I hope he's having a good day, because he could whoop all of us, right?
He was full grown.
You know, and but it seems like people are, hey, yeah, come, let's talk,
Right.
you know, type stuff.
And it sounds like people are kind of wanting to engage with church again.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing.
Which that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So we had the VBS Blitz last night, or Sunday night, I'm sorry, and all kind of preparing for the can I ask you a question stuff, and then starting Monday is VBS kickoff, and so they have got the stage decked out. They are decorating the whole the well, the classrooms, the all kinds of stuff. They're going to town on.
Hey, I'm gonna brag on Miss Tracy real quick while she's not in here and she can't hear us and all this kind of stuff, because I want our folks to know if you've been around, you know the kind of quality of person she is. Yeah. She's super awesome. But the giftedness she has and the giftedness that she used to equip other people to pull out their gifts and, to make some of that Pac-Man stuff and the game really controllers. Cool. I had somebody come in, I'm not going to use their name, but he's been a part of a few churches, and he was like, man, I've been around a lot of VBSs. I've been in children's ministry in my lifetime. He was like, I've never seen anything like this. This is a whole nother level.
She goes all out. She
does.
Hold back. And, I've told people, because I don't mind telling them, me and you work hard. Like, we do a good job with what we know to do, and we're doing our job. There's some weeks I'm like, Andrew, Tracy, do y'all ever go home? We take our Fridays off. We're off. We're family stuff.
9 out of 10.
Most of it. We try.
Yeah. You do.
Yeah, I do. I'm out. And well, if I don't,
sorry.
No, you good. If I don't, I'm gonna have a conversation when I get home. And so, but there are days, there are weeks. I'm like, do y'all ever go home? And they are constant. They are all the time working, and it's. Because especially with Tracy, she wants the best for the kids. She's going to do her best.
She genuinely
she's going to give it
loves
all she's got. Yeah.
Your kids, or she loves the kids in this community, your grandkids, your she loves them. Yeah. And she pours out into them. And people don't know this either, and I'll share this about her. There's some times where a parent can't get their kid off the bus over at the elementary. She walks over
there and get
them, bring them over here, give them a snack, and just spend some time with them. What I like a lot is she's pouring fundamentals into these kids. She's giving them the basics, and they hear it, and they're seeing it, and they're understanding it. And just to see in this year or so window of our children's ministry, so this is going into about my 4th VBS here now, or 3rd for sure. Just the growth we've seen. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not talking about the heyday of the church or something like that. I'm talking like in the last, 5, 6, 7, 8 years. First year, I think we had, 30 or 40 kids or something. Last year, I think we had, 50, 60.
Yeah, something like that.
Right now, there's already 75 kids signed up.
Yeah.
And what's even more to me special than that, or that's special, because it's so hard to get children's volunteers. We already have over 70 children volunteers signed up.
There's almost as many volunteers as kids, which is just crazy.
It's crazy.
But that's what it takes to pull off a VBS. It's not a come in and casual. It's all hands on deck type of deal. And Miss Tracy and her whole team, Miss Maria, and all of them, they have been doing this for weeks. Like, they've been preparing for weeks. This is not let's scramble and get. She's had stuff planned for months that they're just trying to get it all done.
Yep.
And so Sunday is going to look very different
Sunday
morning, and because the whole stage is decked out and looks good. But VBS will start Monday night. Was it 5:36, 6 o'clock, something like that?
I'm drawing blanks, man.
Yeah, me too. I'll be here all day. So I forget when. I think it starts at 6, but it'll start at 6 o'clock that night. And if you want to, if you're still like, hey, I want to get involved somehow, please come call the office or call Miss Tracy or come see her, and she'll absolutely get you involved in whatever area. So, and it's not too late to register your kids or your grandkids if you want them to come as well. And so I know she
Can we do that? They can do that online, right?
Yeah, you can do it online. You can go to our website at fbcblanchard.com and register for those there. You can also do it through the Church Center app. You can download it there and go to registrations and find VBS there. So it's just going to be a good week. It's going to be a tiring week by the time we get done with it, but the impact of what VBS does to those kids and even the parents of the children is just incredible. And so we're excited for that week as well.
Yeah, it's a lifelong, that VBS. I mean, I remember I went to VBS as a kid.
Yeah,
I'm sure you do too.
Me too.
Of course, it's been a little bit longer than when I was there and when you were there.
Hey, I did want to give a quick plug, and we'll wrap up here in just a second.
I was trying to see on the website, but I can't.
But I
pull it
did
up.
want to give you a quick plug about there's a women's ministry Bible study going on right now for the month of June and July. Miss Addie Welch is a teacher on Monday mornings at 10 in the Well. And then if you're working or your mom or whatever and you just can't get there at 10, on Thursday nights at 6, Miss Tracy Price leads the class. And they're leading the same class. So don't feel like you've got to go to both. You pick one that you can go to and go to that route. And I know she'd still love. They both would love to have anybody else that wants to be a part of it. And I believe it's called When You Pray. It's just it's a book on how to teach ladies to pray. And so they've already had one lesson, so you hadn't missed much. If you want to get involved, you hadn't missed much. But you can register for that online as well, and or just talk to Miss Tracy or Miss Addie.
Hey, while we're wrapping up though, because since we did do such a good job of explaining the outreach, we're going to do it again.
Yeah.
At the end of the month. Was that the 24th or 25th, whatever that Sunday is, somewhere
25th.
around 25th, 4 o'clock in the Well again.
Yep.
We're going to try to hand out 1,000 more of those in the 71107 area code. Miss Ann has done a great job of putting those bags together in 20s and 25s, and you have plenty of bags to go out there. But Brother Dale, I was telling you a minute ago, Brother Trey and I, when we did that one little, that area, that all those homes right there, only took us 30 minutes.
Yeah, it didn't take long.
30 minutes. And we had done, I think, 20 some odd homes.
Yeah.
Handed that out. We came back, got another 20. Brother Dale, he came back and got another, box.
Yeah, it doesn't take long. And it's not like we're asking you to do 100. It's 20. Is
if you're tired,
10 to 20?
Yeah, if you're tired, you're done. If you can do some more, do some more. But
yeah. So we'll do on that Sunday. We're doing this is June 25th. We're doing outreach at 4. There's going to be some ministry team meetings at 5, and then a church business meeting at 6. And so it's going to be a full afternoon and all that kind of stuff. But I did want to remind you one thing. In 2 weeks is Father's Day.
Ooh,
it's Father's Day. Yeah. So you go find your husband or father the ugliest tie, and that's what you get them for Father's Day. I think I don't know. And but
hey, let me tell you what my kids get me. It's like an every year thing. Yeah. So I grew up in Houston. I'm a Houston Astros fan.
Yeah.
And so every year my kids come in, or they'll, especially now that they're older, they'll come to the house and, hey Dad, oh by the way, we ordered you some Houston Astro tickets. That they're on back order. They'll be here in a couple of weeks, but
they never come.
I have not got those things. Must be on real back order.
You still waiting for some from 2006, aren't you?
So it's our family joke now. I get Astro tickets.
That's awesome.
Oh man, it's great. It's great.
Oh goodness. But on that Sunday, we are having church breakfast that morning at 8 o'clock. It'll start at 8. And so you can come get you some breakfast and hang out a little bit. But there's just a lot of stuff going on. There's more things that are on the schedule that are not coming to mind right now. But so feel free to check out our calendar on the Church Center app or on the website, and you'll get all that information as well. And just keep up to date with us, because it's a full month of June. It's going to be crazy busy.
Can't wait to tell them about July, all the different things.
Yeah,
that's
July's
on in
going to be just as good.
Mhm.
And we'll explain a little bit more of that on the next podcast and kind of give you a heads up of what July will look like. But again, all that's on the church calendar as well. So if you don't want to wait on us, you can go check it out, and it'll give you all that information. So thank you for tuning in with us today, and I appreciate you. We love you, and we'll see you next time.